Russia has just unveiled its unexpected master plan that has left China utterly startled. This groundbreaking strategy may change the geopolitical landscape forever. You won't believe what's at stake. Prepare to delve into the world of high-stakes politics, power plays, and audacious diplomacy. Stay tuned to discover why and how Russia managed to shock the world's most populous country. Welcome to the future of international relations. Nothing will ever be the same. China and Russia, two of the world's most populous nations, have signed numerous cooperation agreements in recent years, covering fields as diverse as energy, transportation, agriculture, and finance, in an attempt to enhance bilateral ties while creating mutual benefits between both nations. China and Russia have collaborated closely on energy matters over time. One notable project between these two nations is the China-Russia East Route natural gas pipeline, which spans about 3,000 kilometers and transports natural gas between Russia and China, providing energy security benefits while meeting China's rising needs for greener sources of power. Furthermore, this pipeline strengthens their partnership as partners while contributing towards long-term market stability. The China-Russia Siberia crude oil pipeline is another significant project. This pipeline facilitates the shipment of crude oil from Russia into China, offering reliable supply that meets China's energy demands, while diversifying energy sources while decreasing dependence on traditional suppliers. These cooperation agreements extend well beyond energy. China and Russia have collaborated in transport infrastructure projects, including developing transportation networks and logistic corridors that enhance connectivity between them, facilitate trade exchange, promote regional growth and development, as well as foster regional prosperity. Agriculture cooperation agreements have also been signed, encouraging collaboration in areas like agricultural technology, trade, and investment. Such efforts aim to boost agricultural production while protecting food security while supporting environmentally sound farming practices. At the same time, China and Russia have agreed on several financial cooperation agreements designed to deepen financial ties and promote investment opportunities between themselves. Such arrangements facilitate currency swaps and promote the use of local currencies in trade settlements, further supporting both nations' respective finance market development efforts. Prepare to be astonished as Russia unveils an extraordinary master plan to outshine global gas strategies, leaving China speechless. Introducing the game-changing Chinese-Russia East Route natural gas pipeline. Curious about the transformative impact it will have on the gas industry? Keep watching to find out. The China-Russia East Route natural gas pipeline is an exceptional project that highlights their strong energy cooperation. At an approximate length of 3,000 kilometers, this pipeline serves as an integral infrastructure component in transporting natural gas from Russia to China, helping ensure energy security while stimulating economic development in both nations. China-Russia East Route natural gas pipeline holds great strategic value. China, being one of the world's biggest consumers, requires increasing amounts of natural gas in order to fuel its growing economy and meet population demands, which could supply natural gas directly into the Chinese energy market, thus diversifying energy resources while decreasing dependence. Russia sees this pipeline project as an attractive opportunity to export their abundant natural gas resources into China's energy market and meet their rising energy consumption demand. Not only will Russia strengthen economic ties between nations through this collaboration, but it will also aid in its long-term energy export strategy. Construction and operation of this pipeline create employment opportunities and spur economic development both in China and Russia. The project requires extensive infrastructure development. Pipeline construction, compression stations, and related facilities must all be installed, which then stimulate job creation while stimulating local economies along its route. China-Russia East Route natural gas pipeline also brings many environmental advantages. Natural gas is considered to be an environmentally friendly alternative to coal and oil, emitting less greenhouse gases into the environment than either. By encouraging its use through this pipeline, its promotion contributes to China's efforts in curbing air pollution while mitigating climate change impacts. Successful implementation of this pipeline project further deepens China and Russia's energy partnership, creating an ever-strengthening long-term stable relationship that benefits both nations equally. Furthermore, its successful completion ensures both nations receive reliable supplies of natural gas to meet growing energy demands. Construction and operation of the China-Russia Siberia crude oil pipeline offers considerable economic advantages to both countries involved. This project involves extensive infrastructure development. Pipeline construction, pumping stations, and related facilities are just some of the activities taking place, providing job opportunities, stimulating local economies, and leading to economic development in each of its host regions. The pipeline project also contributes to low transportation costs and environmental impacts by offering cost-effective transportation methods compared to shipping or rail. By eliminating transportation cost altogether and offering cost-efficient transport routes that produce minimal carbon emissions compared to alternative modes, pipeline infrastructure development helps China and Russia remain economically efficient while simultaneously decreasing greenhouse gas emissions that have an adverse environmental impact. Successful implementation of the China-Russia-Siberia crude oil pipeline strengthens energy cooperation between both nations, increasing energy security, facilitating crude oil trade, fostering economic development and stability, and encouraging economic growth and stability. Vladivostok holds an influential place in Russia's Far Eastern history due to its long and rich cultural legacy, standing proud as an anchor city between Japan and Russia. Situated southeast of Primorsky Krai, near the Sea of Japan, it has emerged as one of Russia's major port cities. Vladivostok's history is intricately linked with territorial disputes between China and Russia. Starting during the expansion of the Russian Empire and the decline of the Qing dynasty China during the early 19th century. Territorial clashes occurred between these nations, culminating in 1858 when China and Russia signed a Treaty of Aigun, which set borders but which caused controversy due to Vladivostok being located at its core. After signing the Treaty of Keqiang in 1860, China was ultimately forced to cede Vladivostok and its surrounding areas to the Russian Empire, marking a historic event and ending Chinese control of Vladivostok for over 50 years. This event severely hindered Northeast China's economic development by restricting sea access while impeding growth. Northeast China, or Dongbei, is an abundant region with natural resources. However, due to factors like inconvenient transportation systems, it has lagged behind in terms of development. Furthermore, losing Vladivostok as an important port had lasting economic ramifications. As of 2021, its GDP represented only 7% of total national output, reflecting its relatively limited contribution. Vladivostok holds great significance due to its strategic location as a deep-water port on the Russian Far East coast, serving as a vital link between Eurasian continent and the Pacific Ocean, and serving an essential asset in Russia's economic development and maritime military strategy. Over 40 million tons of goods including petroleum, coal, iron ore, machinery, electronics, and textiles enter or exit via this port yearly, making its contribution valuable in driving economic expansion in Russia, as well as trade activities. Vladivostok, one of Russia's major ports, holds enormous importance in China from both a strategic and economic viewpoint. Reopening Vladivostok to Chinese vessels after 163 years represents an invaluable gateway for accessing maritime transportation routes, as well as regional development within Asia-Pacific regions. Vladivostok Port sits strategically along the eastern coast of Russia's Far East region and acts as an essential link between Eurasian landmass and the Pacific Ocean, serving as an integral link for China's trade and maritime activities. Now, with its reopening, China can use this port as an international trade route and improve connectivity among regions throughout international commerce and connectivity initiatives. Vladivostok's reopening for China holds great economic importance, particularly for Northeast China. Due to its limited sea access and thus economic development restrictions in Northeast China, its access has been severely curtailed through Vladivostok as one of China's closest ports near Northeast China. China can conduct international trade, import/export goods, expand economic activities, as well as conduct international business and develop further. Accessing this important seaport also significantly eases Northeast China's economic pressure while contributing towards its rise. Vladivostok's reopening marks an important breakthrough against US-Japan blockages, since both countries have implemented economic sanctions and blockades on China to hinder its progress. Russia opened Vladivostok as part of an attempt to strengthen economic ties between their two nations, as well as provide new avenues for trade exchange and economic collaboration, potentially providing China with increased resilience against US-Japan blockades imposed upon it by strengthening cooperation. This collaboration between China and Russia also serves as a potential breakthrough against these blockades. More specifically, it provides new trade channels between nations, while China can also serve to break these blockades imposed by them. Increasing China's resilience while strengthening economic ties between both nations offers potential breakthrough against these blockades by breaking them, providing China a potential breakthrough against blockade imposed upon it, and blocking off specific ports or opening them. Russia's sudden decision to open Vladivostok port back up to Chinese trade after 163 years holds many significant factors behind it, ranging from economic, military, and international considerations influencing Russia's decision. Economically, China is an indispensable trading partner of Russia. Their bilateral trade volume exceeds $100 billion each year, and their economic cooperation continues to deepen. Opening the Vladivostok port to Chinese trade further promotes trade relations between nations, while making goods flow easier between the nations. Its location within an important Sino-Russian trade corridor makes Vladivostok the perfect spot for increased exchanges that strengthen ties between both nations. On the military front, Vladivostok serves as one of the main bases of Russia's Pacific Fleet. Its deep-water port can accommodate large ships and provide strategic support for Russia's maritime military operations. Opening Vladivostok to China provides opportunities for closer military cooperation and joint exercises which boost Russia's presence and strengthen Russia's strategic security while consolidating its position within the Far East region. This collaboration serves Russia well by reinforcing strategic security while further solidifying their standing within the Far East region. International factors also impact Russia's decision. At present, Russia faces sanctions from Western countries. By deepening economic and political cooperation with China to counter these sanctions and expand international partnerships, Russia can mitigate their effects by deepening economic and political cooperation, something Vladivostok opening to China will further facilitate. Russia-China strategic relations remain one of the cornerstones of Russia foreign policy. Vladivostok opening to China offers significant economic advantages to both sides. Northeast China, in particular, will gain from it immensely. Reestablishing access after 163 years creates new trade opportunities, which in turn foster regional development and growth. China stands to gain from increased trade opportunities in Northeast China. Vladivostok serves as a critical port in this regard. Through it, China imports and exports goods, fostering exchanges with other nations while expanding economic activities. Its reopening provides significant relief from economic strain in Northeast China and contributes significantly to regional development. Vladivostok marks an important step towards ending US-Japan blockades against China. For years now, they have employed economic sanctions and blockades as tools against its development. Vladivostok's reopening to China plays an essential role in strengthening economic conditions across Russia's Far East. China serves as one of the port's primary customers, importing significant volumes of commodities like oil, timber, and steel into Vladivostok from their port, further deepening economic relations and cooperation between Russia and China as trade exchange volumes increase between them, contributing significantly to economic growth across Russia's Far East, such as increasing employment opportunities, while simultaneously stimulating local business and regional development. Russia stands to benefit immensely from China's opening of Vladivostok for trade and development purposes, strengthening economic ties while opening new opportunities. Vladivostok serves as an essential port hub in trade between both nations, thus strengthening economic cooperation between them both. Reopening of this port reaffirms economic ties and cooperation between Russia and China by creating more opportunities for trade exchange. Increased trade volumes between them contribute significantly to regional economic development by creating revenue sources as well as employment opportunities. Vladivostok's opening to China also increases its potential for economic development in Russia's Far East region, offering trade activities and economic cooperation opportunities with China that allows regional development, infrastructure investment, and diversifying the regional economy. Economic benefits extend far beyond its port itself. Developing support industries and services in the area generate additional economic activity and employment in addition to adding supporting industries that benefit regional development and provide additional economic activity and job creation in this part of Russia. Collaboration between Russia and China also strengthens the economic strength of Russia's Far East region, with trade between Vladivostok's port and China surpassing $7 billion USDs last year, accounting for an impressive portion of all trade volumes across Russia's Far East region. Increased economic activity stimulates local businesses, promotes investment opportunities, and drives regional economic development forward. Vladivostok's opening to China has had an enormous benefit effect on cooperation between Russia and China, strengthening their strategic partnership and offering new avenues of economic and regional growth. China and Russia's cooperation on Vladivostok's port is evidence of their growing friendship across various sectors, with increasing trade opportunities and improved connectivity, bolstering economic ties between both nations. With its opening, Vladivostok serves as a catalyst for further engagement as it fosters diversification of trade and investment between them, providing both nations an avenue to broaden economic engagement beyond energy into other sectors, such as manufacturing, technology, and services. China-Russian cooperation in Vladivostok serves as an essential driver of regional economic development, creating new opportunities for economic expansion, job creation, and infrastructure improvement in both nations. Furthermore, their collaboration fosters regional integration through trade promotion activities that bring investment dollars to Russia's Far East region, as well as adjoining parts of China, thus contributing to overall prosperity of this part of China and Russia. Furthermore, Vladivostok serves as an international cooperation model and counterbalance against Western influence. When both China and Russia face pressure and sanctions from Western nations, their deepening partnership at Vladivostok provides mutual support and strengthens resilience. They both manage the effects of Western sanctions while showing they can pursue independent paths of development simultaneously. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up.